smartest minds gather to debate the world's biggest challenges: energy crisis, industry headwinds, geopolitical risks, social vulnerabilities. India Today and Business Today are at ground zero to bring you all the action. Catch top corporate tycoons, politicians and intellectuals as they discuss cooperation in a fragmented world. Watch the Davos brainstorm only on India Today and Business Today TV.
Co-powered by Samsonite. Tested like Samsonite. Volkswagen Tiguan, India's safest SUVW. Hetic fittings. Make your furniture work beautifully.
India's State Award 2023 locked and loaded. Bugle for Nagaland, Tripura and Meghalaya. Northeast battle begins on February 16th. Counting of votes in 3 states on March 2. Countdown to Mega Political League. Top focus at 7 p.m.
Good evening, viewers. You're watching India Today and you're watching our special show that we launched today over the course of the next 400 days, viewers. Counting down to the big gig of 2024 when general elections take place. This is going to be your one-stop destination to get all news political, be it elections, be it the latest political news, all the gyan, all the analysis right here as we count down to Mission 2024. I'm Preeti Chaudhary. These are the headlines. India's Olympian wrestlers protest against Wrestling Federation of India alleged sexual harassment by the top bosses. The federation president denies charges. KCR hosts opposition leaders in a key huddle in Telangana's Khammam. Mamta, Uddhav, Congress and DMK not part of meet. State of war, Northeast kicks off. Tripura to go to polls on February 16th. Nagaland, Meghalaya to vote on February 27th. Counting day for all 3 states on March 2nd. Get all the action right here at 7 p.m. every day on India Today. Tamil Nadu governor attempts to end the entire row of renaming Tamil Nadu. Clarifies he never wanted to rename the state. Said it was more appropriate as an expression. 2 Bollywood divas wage war against conman Sukesh. Jackie claims Sukesh ruined her career and life. Nora accuses Sukesh of seeking undue favors in exchange for luxuries. Shubman Gill scripts history, becomes the 5th Indian to score a double ton. Shubman scored 208 in 149 balls against New Zealand in the first ODI in Hyderabad.
Perfect timing. Now that investment is immediately.
All right, viewers. So, well, the countdown has begun for the Northeast. The poll bugle has been sounded. Let's go to cliche there. And these are the dates in terms of how the 3 states that kickstart a super 2023 as we lead up to the big gig of 2024 are concerned. It is the state of Tripura, Meghalaya and Nagaland. Tripura will poll on February 16th, counting on the 2nd of March. For Nagaland, polling on February 27th, the counting on the 2nd of March as well. And Meghalaya will poll alongside Nagaland on February 27th and the counting will take place on March 2nd. What's interesting, viewers, that all of these 3 states go to polls with 60 seats together. It's state of war for the Northeast. It kicks in. That's the latest that we are getting in right now. The dates for the assembly elections in Tripura, Meghalaya and Nagaland have been announced by the Election Commission today. All constituencies of Tripura will now vote in a single-phase elections for all 3 states, viewers. February 16th for Tripura, Meghalaya, Nagaland will vote on February 27th. Vote will be counted on the March 2nd, as we just told you. Remember, BJP had won 33 seats in the 2018 Tripura elections and came to power after overthrowing the left. Biplab Dev became the chief minister then. Of course, he has been replaced since by Manik Saha. Congress and the left parties are now planning to form an alliance to counter BJP this year. There were arch rivals there, but that is how the political landscape of Tripura seeming to suggest. Also, there is a player, which is the TMC. Sushmita Deb has been camping in Tripura for a while, but the TMC is not quite getting a cohesive alliance together, and it's too late in the day where elections are practically knocking down the door of Tripura when, of course, Tripura votes 10 days, viewers, 10 days before Meghalaya and Nagaland on February 16. Let's shift focus right now to Meghalaya. In Meghalaya, the National People's Party alliance with BJP came to power. Congress was the opposition party, winning 21 seats. However, what went down in Meghalaya was interesting to say the least, where the entire opposition, which was the Congress, defected to the TMC. And overnight, TMC found itself in the seat of the principal opposition in Meghalaya. For the TMC, it's very, very important in Meghalaya and even Tripura, where they seem to have dibs in, to make huge gains. If Mamata Banerjee wants to move to the national stage, she needs to leave a big footprint, not even a small footprint, but a sizable footprint in the states of Meghalaya and Tripura to stake any claims when it comes down to her national ambitions. Things seem a little easier in Nagaland because there is no opposition, viewers. In Nagaland, the United Democratic Alliance had come to power with the support of the NDPP, BJP and the NPF parties. There is no opposition currently in Nagaland, so the fight is seemingly similar. It's practically the same bunch which comes in, maybe with a different party name. We'll break it down as soon as we get closer to elections. Trust India Today to get you the front row seats to this political thriller of all 3 states. Listen in to all the reactions that are coming in.
The date of issue of notification in case of Tripura would be January 21, and last date of making nominations January 30. Meghalaya and Nagaland would have it on 31st January, and thereafter both of them have the poll together. The date of poll would be February 16th in case of Tripura and February 27th. So we are finishing all the polling in the February 27th, within February itself.
So Trust India Today to get you the ringside view of the elections in all 3 states right here, 7 p.m. every day should be your daily destination. But to break it down from here on, what it looks like in all 3 states, joining me is practically the last word in all things Northeast, especially politics. Kaushik Deka, my colleague and executive editor of India Today magazine. Jayanta Ghoshal, our consulting editor, also joins us from Kolkata, West Bengal. Mr. Ghoshal will also break down what would be the chances of the TMC, crucial election for the TMC as well. But Kaushik, what would be the highlights, or what would be the biggest takeaways as of now? What are you watching out for?
The key state will be Tripura, definitely, because it is going to be an interesting contest. BJP has lost its ally, IPFT, and they have joined the other tribal party, Tipra Motha, led by the royal skinned Pradyut Dev Burma. Also, there is a new player, TMC. Then Congress and the tribal parties and the left parties, which were in power for so long, they are planning to come together. If that happens, it will be a triangular contest. And to me, the key will be the 20 tribal seats, because if you look at CPIM performance earlier and then BJP's performance in last 2018 polls, you will see that the party which sweeps these 20 tribal seats, they get back to power. For instance, in 2018, BJP and IPFT together claimed 18 of the 20 seats, and that made the difference. Now that IPFT has left BJP and then all the tribal parties are coming together, definitely they will make a huge impact. Another problem would be BJP retaining Bengali vote share when the TMC challenge will come in. But we must not also ignore the fact that BJP is very good at election management, plus the development work that has happened in Tripura in last 5 years is also, if not phenomenal, but quite outstanding. So we'll have to take into account all that factor, and more importantly, the last man in Northeast elections, Himanta Biswa Sarma, Assam CM, what role he plays, because last time also he was the key player, and this time also he still hasn't gone to the ground. So I think you will have to watch out for him. When it comes to Meghalaya, it's again BJP has parted ways with the ruling NPP. So Conrad Sangma may not have the luxury of having Himanta Biswa Sarma behind him. And Congress has become TMC. All the Congress top leaders, they have joined TMC. So TMC would be a new player. Today, if you have heard, Mamata Banerjee has already sounded out that why should there be a super PM sitting in Guwahati controlling the northeastern states. She has said that in a rally in Meghalaya today. Again, in Meghalaya, the other parties will play a key role, whereas Congress now, the smaller parties, UPF, and there are some other regional parties, how they take away the vote share. And in Northeast, you must understand that the key factor is how a candidate performs in his constituency, whether he belongs to this party or that party. So candidate selection will be very critical for every party. In Nagaland, as you know, it's a very peculiar case where hardly there is any opposition. But there are some rumors that Congress and the other party, NPF, they may actually fight against the ruling NDPP and BJP. But again, BJP and NDPP, about seat sharing, there were some frictions which I think they have ironed out. Again, I'll have to repeat that here also the key player would be Himanta Biswa Sarma when it comes to seat sharing between NDPP and the NDPP and BJP. So everything will depend on all three states. The key factor, I'll again repeat, is the candidate selection and how the parties go with the local issues.
Well, you know, lots of factors there, as you pointed out, the two key factors, but the third factor, which you practically elucidated many times over, Kaushik, is the factor of Himanta Biswa Sarma, the Chief Minister of Assam, who technically, actually, has nothing to do with these states, but practically a lot when it comes down to it. But Kaushik Deka, you know, stay with me. Jayanto Ghoshal, our consulting editor, is also with us. Jayanto Ghoshal, the question of the TMC, if the TMC needs to, or if the TMC rather harbors national ambitions, which it does, it needs to leave a big footprint where Meghalaya and Tripura is concerned. It seems that they are betting big on Meghalaya. Tripura, they even now can't seem to get an alliance together, which they desperately need.
Preeti, so far Tripura is concerned, the internal assessment of TMC, so far I have come to know, that is not very optimistic. Because it's a trial and error methodology. You know, TMC burnt fingers in Goa also, and after that, gradually, eventually they have realized then still it's a long way to go, because in Tripura, now the main battle has become, the main challenge for BJP has become Congress, left, and the tribal party, Pradyot's party, popularly known as the Rajar party in Bengali, that is the king's party. And the last autonomous autonomous body election, CPM washed out, 0. Congress also in a very lamentable situation, but Pradyot did well. And CPM suddenly, forgetting all ideological commitments, now it's a more tactical that if we can join together, then we can combat BJP, otherwise we cannot. So now the main force is BJP versus these three parties. And TMC is not the determining factor in Tripura. But I'm telling you, I just visited Tripura a few days back. There is a strong development mood, because, you know, you have reached to the airport, you will see that it's a completely different airport and the BJP CM inaugurated, and the flyover, and that is a sign of development. Right. Anybody can see. Now, and there is a very strong vote bank of Modi also. But the problem, same problem like West Bengal, Modi, Amit Shah, they can create the milieu, but the state organization in BJP, there are a lot of problems. And that's why they have changed the chief minister also. And that is also a very brilliant move before election. The new CM is a low profile, understated. And as Kaushik says repeatedly, I completely agree with this perception and the idea that Himanta is a very important factor, and he is the coordinator of the all Northeast chief minister of BJP and the BJP leaders. And that's a very delegation of power made by Amit Shah. It's a very interesting arrangement. If Tripura CM feels any problem, he doesn't come to Delhi. He goes to Guwahati. So Himanta's strategy, what Himanta will speak, what will be the issues. So BJP's challenge is there, and TMC is a completely in. They tried, and now they have understood, and that's why they are emphasizing on Meghalaya. But the internal assessment of TMC is not to get the governmental power in Meghalaya. That is not the target actually internally, but with the help of Mukul Sangma, because Mukul has some slot, constituency, clientele, whatever you say, and that with the support of that support base, TMC wants to enter into the Meghalaya as Congress is decaying. But I don't know who will be the beneficiary. BJP can be the beneficiary like Kejriwal's experiment in Gujarat. So I don't know really that the short-term achievement and the long-term achievement, there is a difference. But TMC is not, the target in Meghalaya is also not come to power internally. They want to gain as an all India party, because now they are more focusing on West Bengal. What actually after 2021, the Mamta's plan for the national, now opposition parties are also fragmented. And the Congress-TMC relationship is also very bitter. In West Bengal, TMC didn't participate in the Yatra also, that Bharat Jodo Yatra, and lot of discontent. And in West Bengal, what CPM, Congress and Oasis party, Indian Secular Front, what experiment they did in 2021 after that CPM washed out, I don't know. I should not predict. But I'm very apprehensive on this alliance also because, people didn't forget 88 Congress CPM battle. Vijay Rankal, the TNV leader, and immediate after the election, Rajiv Gandhi in 89, they did Tripura Accord. So everybody understood that Santosh Monde was the observer, and that there was a bad calculation that with this tribal insurgency. Now the question is Pradyut ready to accept without any agreement on the separate statehood? Can they go for alliance? Because Pradyut already made commitment that without the commitment of the statehood, he didn't go to BJP also, because there was a move to bring
but
BJP also.
I'm running out of time, but I do understand, with what both of you just said, and especially also what Kaushik hinted at earlier, but Himanta Biswa Sarma will prove to be quite the key in how the cards fall post-polling, viewers, especially, for example, good friends with Conrad Sangma, good friends with Sushmita Deb as well, but that all aside, would he be the man who would practically be coming in and figuring out on what really goes down post-poll in all these three states? Trust India Today to get all the dope on that. A quick break to stay with us on the other side, our fact check segment. Thank you all our guests as well.
It's 2023, and India remains the sole shining star in the global economy. So what lies ahead as the Modi government prepares its last full budget before the 2024 general elections? Join the biggest names in business journalism, decoding the jargon with the biggest newsmakers. From the most credible, in-depth analysis of Budget 2023, tune in for Modinomics 2023 through the month. Only on India Today and Business Today Television, gold standard of business journalism.
understand that your report every year seems to suggest inequality is widening, and a lot of critics of your report are contrasting it with the IMF report, which actually says extreme poverty has come down because of government welfare schemes like free ration. That you're looking at only concentration of wealth in the hands of a few, but what you're not seeing is also that poverty, according to the IMF report, has actually come down. How do you respond?
Thank you, Rajdeep, for inviting me. And let me say that, this report is about the growing inequality. And you have cited some figures, but let me also just talk of one more figure. And I think it's critical. If you look at the last 1 decade, and first let me quote the global data, 50% of the new wealth created actually went to the top 1%. In the last 2 years of the pandemic, 2/3 of this newly created wealth went to the top 1%. And it's not very different for India. 40% of this wealth went to the top 1%, whereas the bottom 50% got only 3%. So I think it's important to recognize that inequality has risen, and it is something that we can see through data and also in our day-to-day interactions in the world. So I think it's very important to actually look at the causes of inequality. Our report is to say that inequality is growing and we need to directly address the question of inequality. That's the central message, that we cannot do away, we cannot look away and say that inequality is a non-issue. We need to focus on inequality, and there are ways of addressing it. This is something which is not good for the future of this country.
Saif Ali Khan and Amrita Singh's son Ibrahim Ali Khan is all set to debut as an actor after assisting Karan Johar on his next Rocky Aur Rani Ki Prem Kahani. He has reportedly been roped in to play an important role in the Hindi remake of Ridyam. The making rights of the same have been backed by Karan Johar.
അത്രയ്ക്ക് ഇഷ്ടമാണ് എനിക്ക് അവനെ. ചേച്ചി അവൻ മുത്താണ്.
Meanwhile, visuals of Ibrahim partying, going out with friends, or just making red carpet appearances keep surfacing online. Now, Amir Khan and Reena Datta's son Junaid is also among those who will be fulfilling his dreams of becoming an actor with his debut film Maharaja. It is reported that he will be romancing Bunty or Bubbly 2 fame actor Sharvari Wagh in this Siddharth P. Malhotra's film. So it surely will be an interesting year for these kids. Entertainment Bureau, India Today.
Welcome back, viewers. You're watching our Fact Check segment where we bust certain claims masquerading to be facts on social media platforms and WhatsApp group. Claim floating about suggesting Rahul Gandhi pauses for an aarti for a photo shoot. Factually incorrect, video clipped, doctored to remove the actual content. He did not pause to get a picture taken, or he did not pause the aarti at all. Fake news, viewers. With that, a quick break. Stay with me. On the other side is To The Point.
Panja, while the Congress and the BJP are already sounding the bugle for 2024 in very different ways, the Trinamool Congress is seen to represent, in a way, a third alternative, because you are not, in a way, identifying with the Congress at the moment, not joining their Bharat Jodo Yatra. At the same time, you speak an anti-BJP language. Is the opposition, are you very clear at the moment who is your prime enemy as you go into 2024? What will parties, regional parties like yours do in the run-up?
Yes, definitely, the enemy is identified. It is the BJP. It is the fascism that they uphold. And definitely we would say, going by the trend and even by the national executive meeting of the BJP today, so as you termed it, they have put all the eggs in one basket, the Modi basket. Now, we have noticed over the past 2-3 years too, that in fact we have seen it in 2021 in West Bengal too. There is never a local leader presence of BJP. It is always Modi and Shah everywhere, in every kind of election all over the country. So if that is the projection and there is no local leader, then what we would say was that we are going to fight it, as our leader Mamata Banerjee has always said, that every party which is strong its own region, it need not be a regional party, it can be a national party, but it is strong in its state. And if we fight for every state, just like in 2021, the BJP Modi Shah almost...
Powered by Samsonite. Tested like Samsonite. Volkswagen Tiguan, India's safest SUV.
Warm welcome, viewers. You're watching India Today. I am Preeti Chaudhary. You're watching To The Point, and I want to just shift focus right now from all the political debates that we've been doing to Jantar Mantar, viewers. Our Olympians, wrestlers who won medals on the Olympic stage, are sitting today because all of them have come together in protest of the Wrestling Federation of India with charges that are stunning, embarrassing to say the least. It is a sad, sad day in Indian sport. They have alleged that the Wrestling Federation of India, alongside the President of the Wrestling Federation of India, of sexual harassment. Meanwhile, the DCW chief, Swati Maliwal, has reached the protest site at Jantar Mantar. This after the DCW took suo cognizance of the claims made by these wrestlers. Earlier today, a notice was also issued to the Delhi Police and Sports Secretary. As I speak, Bajrang Punia, who himself is an Olympian, standing besides his colleagues from the wrestling world. All these girls that you see, most of them come from Haryana, and they've made startling challenges. Bajrang Punia has now gone to the Delhi police to record his statement. They've all come out wanting the strictest, strongest action against not just members of the Wrestling Federation of India, but directly the president of the Wrestling Federation of India as well. Listen in to Swati Maliwal, DCW chief.
बहुत ही ज़्यादा हैरान हूं जिन शेरनियों ने हमारा नाम ओलंपिक्स में रोशन करा है, इस देश को इतने ऊंचे मुकाम तक पहुंचाया है, आज उन शेरनियों को जंतर मंतर पे रोना पड़ रहा है और न्याय की गुहार लगानी पड़ रही है। मेरे हिसाब से इस देश के लिए इससे ज्यादा शर्मनाक कुछ नहीं हो सकता। हमने दिल्ली पुलिस को नोटिस इशू करा है और केंद्र सरकार के यूनियन स्पोर्ट्स मिनिस्ट्री को नोटिस इशू करा है। इस केस में तुरंत न्याय होना चाहिए। वो जो WFI प्रेसिडेंट है, चाहे वो सांसद हो, वो अरेस्ट होना चाहिए और जितने भी कोचेस का नाम सामने आ रहा है, उन सब के ऊपर भी सख्त से सख्त कार्रवाई होनी चाहिए। ये लड़कियों ने, ये शेरनियां हैं, ये देश के लिए लड़ी हैं। आज ये क्या अकेले यहाँ पे जंतर मंतर पे बैठेंगी और इनके आंसू देश कैसे बर्दाश्त कर सकता है? वो ये कह रहे।
That's the sad part, viewers, and questions need to be raised. Where is the NCW? Should not the National Commission of Women take suo motu cognizance of what has gone down in terms of the allegations, and importantly, what is stopping the suspension pending inquiry of Brij Bhushan Sharan, who is the Wrestling Federation of India, the president of the Wrestling Federation of India. Well, one big reason is also political, viewers, because ultimately Brij Bhushan Sharan is not just the president of the Wrestling Federation of India, he is a member of parliament from the Bharatiya Janata Party and represents the state of Uttar Pradesh as well. From the state of Uttar Pradesh, he is a member of parliament for the Bharatiya Janata Party. What is stopping the government or the Sports Authority of India or the Sports Ministry to suspend Mr. Sharan pending an inquiry? These are claims made by not one but many of our Olympians, girls who won medals, laurels for our country. Meanwhile, a big showdown, like we pointed out, between Indian wrestlers